So that concludes the lecture on innervation of the upper limb and lower limb. Thank you. Good luck in your exam tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams.
Oi, what do you think you're doing sleeping in my class? Have you paid attention to anything? Useless.
Just give me a second. Just give me a second.
No, you've had your time. You're going to give me the innervation of the rotator cuff now.
Alright, I'll do my best.
The brachial plexus originates from the C5 to T1 spinal nerves. It leads to the primary nerves that innervate the upper arm. These are the musculocutaneous, auxiliary, median, radial and ulnar nerves.
Go on.
Well, the rotator cuff consists of the supraspinatus and infraspinatus, both innervated by the suprascapular nerve. The teres minor is supplied by the auxiliary nerve, and whilst not shown, the subscapularis is innervated by the subscapular nerve. The posterior brachium consists of the triceps brachii, all of which are innervated by the radial nerve.
Correct, but I'm still going to fail you because I can. How about the anterior arm now?
All muscles of the anterior brachium are innervated by the musculocutaneous nerve. They are the two heads of biceps brachii, brachialis and coracobrachialis.
Partially acceptable. What does the median nerve supply now?
The median nerve is the primary supplier of the anterior forearm. Superficially, pronator teres, flexor carpi radialis and palmaris longus are innervated by the median nerve, whilst flexor carpi ulnaris is supplied by the ulnar nerve. More deeply, flexor digitorum is controlled by the median nerve. Finally, flexor pollicis longus, flexor digitorum profundus, and pronator quadratus are all innervated by the median nerve, remembering that flexor digitorum profundus is also partially innervated by the ulnar nerve.
You're really getting on my nerves. Posterior compartment, now.
The posterior forearm is completely innervated by the radial nerve. The extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, extensor digitorum and adductor pollicis longus, extensor carpi ulnaris, extensor digiti minimi, extensor pollicis brevis, and extensor pollicis longus.
Alright, that's it. If you don't tell me about the hand, I swear.
The muscles of the hand have a range of different nerves which innervate it. The medial two lumbricals are innervated by the ulnar nerve, whilst the others are supplied by the median nerve. Whilst not shown, the palmar and dorsal interossi muscles are controlled by the ulnar nerve. This nerve also supplies the medial muscles such as opponens digiti minimi, flexor digiti minimi, and abductor digiti minimi. Furthermore, adductor pollicis is also innervated by the ulnar nerve. The lateral muscles, abductor pollicis brevis, opponens pollicis, and flexor pollicis brevis, are all supplied by the median nerve.
How dare you embarrass me like this? I'm going to get you expelled for this, you piece of trash.
Sweet dreams.
Oh my god, why didn't I study more? We didn't learn any of this. Yes, the lumbosacral plexus. I can do this. Okay. First question. Describe the lumbosacral plexus and the corresponding innervated muscles of the lower limb. 100 marks. Are you serious? Okay. The lumbosacral plexus is formed by the anterior spinal nerves L1 to L3 and part of L4. Let's start from the top. L2 to L4 branches join to produce the obturator nerve and the femoral nerve. The obturator descends medially to the femoral nerve and enters the thigh through the obturator foramen. It will then divide into an anterior and posterior branch that innervates the adductor muscles of the medial thigh. The anterior branch innervates the adductor longus, adductor brevis, and gracilis, while the posterior branch will also innervate adductor brevis, adductor magnus, and the obturator externus. The femoral nerve is the largest branch of the lumbar plexus that runs through the psoas major muscle and behind the inguinal ligament into the anterior thigh. It gives off branches to innervate the iliacus muscle before splitting into an anterior and posterior division. The anterior division innervates the pectineus and sartorius, while the posterior division will innervate the quadriceps femoris, which consists of vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, vastus lateris, and rectus femoris. Now for the posterior thigh. Was it the sciatic or tibial and common peroneal nerve? What even is the sciatic nerve? Ooh, the person next to me is onto the page I skipped. Maybe if I tilt my head slightly, they won't notice me copying their work. Damn it, can't read their writing. Time's ticking, sciatic and tibial. Oh, duh. The sciatic is the tibial and common peroneal nerve. The sciatic nerve is formed from L4 to S3 of the sacral plexus and is made from fibers of both the tibial and common peroneal nerve. As the sciatic nerve is forming, the superior gluteal nerve and inferior gluteal nerve are branching off. The superior gluteal nerve supplies the gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, and the tensor fasciae lata, and the lovely gluteus maximus gets its own supply from the inferior gluteal nerve. The sciatic nerve exits the pelvis through the greater sciatic foramen and travels down the posterior thigh, where the tibial component of the nerve will innervate the hamstring muscles known as the semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and biceps femoris. When the sciatic nerve reaches the popliteal fossa, it will split into the tibial nerve and the common peroneal nerve. The tibial nerve supplies the superficial posterior component of the leg, consisting of the gastrocnemius, soleus, popliteus, and the plantaris muscles, and the deep posterior component, which is the flexor hallucis longus, flexor digitorum longus, and tibialis posterior. The tibial nerve will later divide into the medial plantar and lateral plantar nerves. Okay, I'm flat. I've died. If that light fitting could just come loose and crush me, that would be great. Not only would I get out to finish this exam, I could also sue the university. The university's loaded, right? Oh my god, I have to pee. Ugh, last one. The common peroneal nerve innervates the short head of the biceps femoris muscle and divides into the deep peroneal and superficial peroneal nerve. The superficial peroneal nerve innervates the peroneus longus and peroneus brevis muscle of the lateral component of the leg, while the deep peroneal nerve supplies the tibialis anterior and extensor digitorum longus and the extensor hallucis longus of the anterior component of the leg.